All right, man. We live, man. We back, man. We had some technical difficulties, man. Yeah, chill, Ray, man. Shout out to you, man. He said part 2. Let's go, man. So the last time we were talking about, the last conversation we're having was about Christian Wilkins and that whole situation. Mike Florio obviously came out the other day, pretty much saying that, you know, Adam Schefter was doing Christian Wilkins' agent a favor by running with the story that, you know, and maybe he just took it and ran with it, but Adam Schefter probably knew that if he did it, he probably can get a better story down the road. You know, it's chess, not checkers. But you know, it is what it is. I know, Severe, you're saying you're not buying it, but at some point, I feel like this happens all the time. When it happens, we don't know. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're saying that, oh, why would he risk it for this story? This seems like an even bigger story. But like you even admitted, you said, oh, you believe that he gets a teammate's forehead. You believe that. You believe that part. But it's not it's only a piece of the story, not the entirety of the story. So that's why I think Adam Schefter could be like, oh, okay. So I was right. Technically, you know, it's the truth.
I believe that was the most recent incident. I believe that's when things came to a head. Like, unfortunate. That's an unfortunate choice of words. Pause on that one.
First of all, pause.
Unfortunate, very unfortunate choice of words. But yeah, I think that was you know, that was like the straw that broke the camel's back. That was, hey, you know what? This is the final incident. You know, it's been a pattern of behavior. So now we got to go. I think the insinuation that people have been making is that it is something that's much more, like, much worse than a kiss in the forehead, and like there's some other crazy thing that he did, and that's kind of been what people have been rolling with. And I don't feel that's the case. Like I said, I don't think a guy like Adam, could it be a possibility that Adam Schefter just has it wrong, and that is his source like sold him a story? That's a possibility, but I don't think there's like horse trading goes on in all the time in all industries. Like, people do that. Hey, you know what? Do me this favor. You put the story out there, and I got your back. You know, hey, when something big happens, I got you. Like, this is the big thing. So this is what you would use the other stuff to get the juice on this. Like, this is the story you want. This you don't like that. If he did that, that's hustling backwards. And one thing we know about Adam Schefter is he's one of the guys that's the most dialed in. He's one of the first people that said, yo, this Ben Johnson to the Raiders stuff, nonsense. Don't believe it, you know. And while everybody else was, oh man, Ben Johnson to the Raiders is really heating up. Like, you know, he was one of the first people to be like, nah, man, it's BS. So and that kind of stuff sticks in your mind. Like, you know, those national stories, that's the kind of stuff when you're going against what everybody else is saying. Now you got all these other rumors of people making all these other insinuations, and you're the guy going against the grain. So people are going to remember what you said in this situation. So that's going to go to your credibility directly. And when you're a reporter, credibility is that's your lifeblood. That's your everything. When people can't trust you, if people can't trust what you say, that could be potentially career ending. Like, are you going to risk, you know, your reputation in league circles and with players and with sources to on this? I don't think this is what you're going to do it on.
But I don't think he's risking anything if he told the truth. If he basically said a piece of that story, he just didn't tell the whole story. And he also doesn't have the whole story. He just got what the agent was able to provide to him, and he basically was able to provide that. He gave what most people couldn't. No one else has anything. I don't think before Adam Schefter said that, no one really had anything to say. But what Florio's basically saying is that, like, that's not the whole story. And I think he's helping out this agent, because this is part of what agents do. This is what insiders do, is that they it's a give and take type of game. They go, okay, well, I'll go ahead and push this story, even though it might not be the full story. It might not be, you know, a lot of substance. You know what I mean? There could obviously be like, oh, he kissed him in the head and he did something crazy, and, you know, I don't even want to go into the details or whatever, but, you know, but, you know, I'm with Mike Florio on this. Like, I think there's more to it than that. I think Schefter, even when if you were watching the clip with Pat McAfee and they were like all having the conversation about what Adam Schefter was saying, Adam Schefter was pretty quiet. He was just like, like he wasn't really chiming in on what they were saying. And like, Pat McAfee was like basically like, wow, damn, if someone went to human, if a player, like, man, a player went to human HR, like went to HR, like that means no one in the locker room liked him. You know what I mean? This is what players who were in an NFL locker room are saying, which kind of makes sense because we don't hear this too often. We don't hear that a player will go to HR and report something that happened in the locker room. So it is what it is.
But look, but peep this though, because if I was listening to Q Myers actually works for the Raiders. So if anything, he's going to paint a story that paints the Raiders in a favorable light. He said his own words were Christian Wilkins was well liked and well respected in the building amongst players and coaches. This was like 2 or 3 days ago. So like if it was a situation other than that, he would. I think he would paint things or be a little bit more vague, and I'd say he was very well liked because he's a guy that's he works for the team. Like I think he interacts with the players and with those people like regularly. So I don't think he'd be painting it in that light. I think he'd be a little bit more non-committal about making that, or a little bit more like, hey, you know what? He's a guy. He's the highest paid player on the team. People were expecting big things from him, and it didn't happen. But he said straight out, and same thing with Adam Schefter. And that's why I think like it's one thing to be like, okay, this is one of the things I heard. Adam Schefter said definitively the incident that everybody is talking about is this incident. It wasn't, like, hey, you know what? I heard this happened in the locker room, or at one point in time, Christian Wilkins did this. He's like, the incident that everybody is talking about, this incident that nobody wants to bring up, that everybody is tiptoeing and dancing around, was this incident. So like I said, if it was something like when you're that definitive about a situation and you're supposed to be the go-to guy on this news and you're the first guy jumping out in front of everybody else with this stuff, like I said, that can cause great reputational harm. So if he's doing that for like I said, it could be a situation he was lied to, but if he's horse trading on this story by putting out a false narrative, people are going to remember that.
Yeah, and we'll see as time goes on. But you mentioned that he's well liked, but Adam Butler thinks he needs help. So it's all about who you ask in that locker room, who you talking to at the end of the day. So Adam Butler, who's in his position group, was like, he didn't say Christian Wilkins needs help. He says that if you need, mental health is a real thing, and if you need,
it doesn't mean he doesn't like him though.
It doesn't mean that.
It doesn't mean he doesn't like him.
It doesn't mean that, but it also could mean that he's disgusted by him. No, we could probably say that too.
Hey,
it's a possibility. It's a possibility.
That could be a possibility as well.
But anyways, man, we just wanted to talk about that. I thought it was interesting. Mike Florio kind of chiming in, talking about that, and obviously Adam Butler's name thrown in the mix, saying that he was the player in question that Christian Wilkins was messing with in the locker room. So yeah, it is what it is. We'll figure it out. I think the big thing is, I know Raider Scorpio was saying, I thought Wilkins not having the surgery. That's the big thing. That's the grievance situation. I don't know, Severe, if you had a chance to check out that article I sent you, and I reposted this on my social media. Yeah. Joe Corey, a former agent, I think he works for CBS Sports. He broke down the whole, contract situation and grievance between Christian Wilkins. A whole lot of information in there. I'm not sure if you had time to check it out.
He must be. You guys don't even need to read. Just watch anytime I talk about this situation. You'll basically, that's what Joe Corey was saying. Basically, everything I said about the situation is exactly what he said. Basically, exactly what I said. Even down to the 40% the Raiders were going to get back on the salary cap. Everything I said, he said. So just watch us. Don't even read that article. Just go back, watch the 50-50 show. Watch this episode we did with Raider Primos on his channel. Go over there, check out his. Like, it's everything I said. Save you guys some time. You can just listen to it while you work out.
Demo said he did it. Oh man, that's crazy, man. I feel you. We're done. Don't worry.
Yeah, we're done. I'm Blair. Always at the beginning of the season, man. We can never just go into the season
Bro,
just normal.
especially the last 3 years, the last like few years, like it just feels like every offseason there's something comes up, it feels like, but it is what it is. But yeah, I guess we can just wrap it up by just talking about like the outlook of training camp and what we want to see for some of the players. Genty, another thing we didn't talk about was Genty, and Genty, who it's kind of hard to judge a Genty in padded practices where they're not going to take players down to the ground. So it's like, and his game is predicated on his physicality. So we probably won't know his impact until preseason maybe. But what I will say is that, I'm not gonna lie, man, pass game, I can see Genty being a beast, bro. I can see him being a beast. The way he's the way he's running routes, he seems natural. And everybody that's talked about Genty saying he's a natural receiver. He's a natural. Everybody keeps saying he's a natural receiver. So if you add the fact,
I might die on this island, he's gonna be better than Josh Jacobs.
Hey,
because in my personal opinion, is because Josh Jacobs didn't have that receiving part to his game. You have Genty who does have that, and it was funny. My friend was like, hey, "It's basically if Josh Jacobs and Alvin Kamara had a baby. Basically, he got the power as a runner, and he has the speed as a receiver, and it's insane."
Yeah. But the thing about it is that when Josh Jacobs was coming out of Alabama, one of the things that made people like Josh Jacobs so much was his ability as a receiver. It's just at Alabama they used him that way. Yeah. We just never did. So he didn't get his first receiving touchdown till he left us. He got it last year with Green Bay. He didn't have a receiving touchdown his entire time with Green Bay. They kept
talking about too.
So I think it was just a situation where he was underutilized in that area. Now, but I think Genty he's like more sudden than Josh Jacobs. I think his top end speed is faster than Josh Jacobs. In the phone booth, I think Josh Jacobs is better, just like his movement in the phone booth. But just Genty's tackle breaking ability, if it translates, it's gonna be better than Josh Jacobs. So he has potential, and like we've seen him running routes. Like I ain't seen Josh Jacobs run the routes like that the way we've been seeing Genty doing practice. Yeah. So like if he's able to carry all that over to actual games, he's going to be a definitive receiving threat. And Chip Kelly is not afraid at all to use his running backs in the receiving game. He loves to do it. So if you're a guy that can do it, he will utilize you in that way. So if Genty is able to take that to the actual field, we're going to have a field day on offense. And he's going to put up, like I said, he's going to put up I set the number at 16. He'll get that 16 easy. It's 12 and 4. And if he translate that passing game, he can easily get 550 possibly as a receiver. So, I mean, it's a good sign, very good sign.
Yeah, and the thing is too is that like you made a point by saying that like Jacobs was supposed to be a good receiver coming out, and that's the thing. Certain situations, players will have strengths, but it's on the team to utilize those strengths. Mm-hmm. So Chip Kelly, hopefully a guy that who says all the right things. He said, I've seen him say in interviews talking about how he wants to put players in positions to win. And we've said that all the time. We said that with McDaniels or former players that played in his offense. We're saying like, oh, he focused on the strength of players and yada, yada, yada. We got to see it until it happens. But look, Chip Kelly's not going to be the head coach. He's going to be the offensive coordinator. And Chip Kelly's strength is building a pretty good run game. And he has Genty, a talented running back. I can't wait to see it. I want to see what he does in the pass game because I think, bro, when I seen him, like literally, it was crazy. That same day where we seen that highlight, I don't know, shout out to Rundown, it was earlier in the week where he does a nice little move, where a skip move, and then goes up.
It was on Bernie. He looked like he didn't do anything though. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, that's that dead leg. You hit him with that dead leg, make him think you about to run the post, and then then they get to anticipating, and then you gone. So like he caught him leaning.
Yeah, and the thing is, the movement looked really natural. It's like, oh, okay, just super smooth. He didn't end up making the catch.
On the way.
Yeah, he didn't end up making the catch, but you had to. If you just weigh everybody that's talking about Genty and training camp, I mean, like everybody, from the coaching staff, from people that are watching all these practices that are there at training camp, they're all saying that he's a natural receiver. He's a former receiver in high school. You know, he was a former receiver in high school, so he has a background in that. So that kind of makes sense why he's probably natural of like catching the ball at the backfield.
Yeah,
man,
like,
I think
even that other play when you sent me that, I was talking about Devin White. Like I said, like he didn't shake Devin White, but you can tell Devin White, he tried to like surprise him and jam him. That's what he did. So he came down, he tried to hit him with a quick jam and just catch him at the line of scrimmage. He wasn't expecting Genty to be able to use his hands so well. So Genty shed it easily because he knows how to use his hands as a receiver because he's done it before. So he already had that ability. So he shed that, had Devin White caught him bad, had him linked, and it was gone.
Looking crazy. Yeah, looking crazy. And
because he was trying to jam him hard. And Genty just shed it easily because he knows how to use his hands. And he's already like he's sturdily built, so you can't just push him a little bit and he move anywhere. So that combination, he was able to get up out of there, and that's gonna, like, you know, in a game it's gonna look a little bit different. There's gonna be other people there, but obviously he's gonna still get open on that play.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that play, that what I was talking about going up the sideline, literally was funny. That same day, the Niners put out their media team put out like a highlight of training camp where McCaffrey does the same move, where he does that little hop, skip, dead leg, takes it up the sideline. You know, obviously gets a long catch. I don't know if it ended up being a touchdown, but, you know, knowing McCaffrey probably. But it was just interesting to see a guy that like basically made his career catching the ball at the backfield. Like that's what makes McCaffrey great, is that he could run the football, but he could catch just as well, if not better, at the backfield. And it's like he's a mismatch nightmare. And that's something that like, that'd be like the craziest, like, who would have thought if that'd be crazy if like Genty becomes that. Like you get what I'm trying to say? Like his last year in college, he was running the hell out that ball. Like he was dominating, having 200-yard games, 300-yard games, whatever, had a historic season running the football. But his NFL career, he becomes a like just a mismatch nightmare. Like, you know, whether in the pass game and then at running the football, with Chip Kelly running the show, obviously, that'd be crazy, bro. That happened. And hey man, perfect.
From what we've seen, that's on the horizon. From what we've seen, that's something you want to see him do it against, you know, like some higher level players in coverage, because, you know, Devin White and, you know, Gainer aren't, you know, known for their coverage, but just not even looking at, I don't even care about who he's doing it against. Just looking at the technique and the movement skills and how he's doing it, that says, okay, bam, he's going to eventually be able to do it at a high level, conceivably, you know. So just watching how he moves, it's like, okay, bam, you see the skill set is there.
Yeah. Hey man, Primos, who are you excited to see in the preseason? I mean, it's not. I think the first preseason game is probably is it gonna be next week?
Yeah,
next Saturday.
Yeah, next week.
Saturday.
All right.
Saturday or
is it the 7th?
I thought it was the 7th. Let me see.
Oh, maybe it is the 7th.
right.
Then is that? Or is it?
Well, tomorrow's gonna be the first. So
if it was it would be the 9th if it was Saturday. It'd be the 5th or the.
Oh yeah,
7th would be.
Alex saying the 7th.
Oh, the 7th. Okay. Damn. Okay, that's Thursday then. Thursday.
7:00. Well, 7:00 my time. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone's leaving.
Yeah, 7:00 my time too. I think we on the West Coast. You know West Coast, right?
Yeah.
We West Coast.
Oh yeah, we on the West.
Yes, sir. So who are you looking forward to seeing? I mean, it's the first preseason game, so we're probably not going to see too much of the starters. But that being said, like there's going to be plenty of young players playing in that game. Who are you looking forward to seeing that first game?
Can I do one offense, one defense?
Go ahead, bro.
Hey, so on offense, man, there's multiple guys, man. There's multiple guys. I can't like really single it out because I know Dante's going to get a lot of burn. I'm excited to see what he brings.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers, just a little bit to see what they're going to bring to the offensive line. But if I had to single out Dante, you know, I'm rooting for this guy to get a lot of burn this season in the regular season. But you got to go out there, and this is where it really matters. Training camp is good. You're going against your old team, but you're going against live competition now. So this is where it can either make you, get you more touches. We've seen it with guys like I could think right off the bat, wide receiver Victor Cruz, who utilized the preseason to really earn a spot on the Giants roster. Dante, I'm rooting for this man, and I think he will have a big preseason. For defense, I want to see what DeCameron Richardson. We're hearing a lot of good things out of camp coming from DeCameron Richardson going against our wide receivers. I want to see again live game reps. That's where it's going to matter. If you're losing your ones out there, bro, then you're just inconsistent to me. Because and what does that really tell me? Because you're winning against your own teammates, but you're losing against live competition. That's not really a good look. So hopefully they both have a really, really good preseason, and I'm hoping for the best for them. Hopefully week 1 we see them on the starting lineup.
Okay. Hey, yeah, man, I'm with you, man. I that cornerback battle is a real thing. I think what we've been hearing is Stokes is kind of like he's held down that outside spot, the other outside corner spot, and right now it's between Darian Porter and Richardson, and maybe possibly Jacorian Bennett. It's not over until it's over, but from what I'm hearing, it's not like he's playing bad. It's just I'm not sure if they feel like he's a fit. I mean, Severe.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to in this that first preseason game next week?
Man, I got a few. I doubt if the starters play. So if the starters play, obviously it'd be Geno. But I doubt if the starters play. I think you're going to see a healthy helping of Aiden O'Connell. But I do want to see. I don't want to see Jack Besh. I know you already said Dante Thornton, so I'll roll with Jack Besh. I just want to see how he looks in live game situations. When he's able to actually fully use his physicality. I'm interested to see that running back competition with Sincere and Zamir, see what they look like in the Chip Kelly offense, because I've been hearing Zamir has been getting work with the ones, but I've been hearing also that kind of when they do their running back drills, they usually go in depth chart order, and Zamir has been fourth behind Sincere in those drills. So it's been Genty, Raheem, Sincere, and then Zamir. But Zamir is the only one of those, only other one of those guys that actually got one work with the one. So
shout out Dylan Lobby.
Exactly right. the Christian McCaffrey, that was my dog too, man. So I mean, I was pulling for him. And then on defense, I want to see Tyree. I want to see, hey, you know what? Last season we saw Tyree. He was out there struggling against third and fourth string tight ends, getting blocked 1-on-1 by guys that are, working at Avis right now. So I want to see if he's actually able to produce. We've been hearing some good things about him this camp, So I want to see what he does. And then if he plays, Jonah Laulu, I want to see what he does. And Jacorian a little bit. I've been calling Jacorian MC Gusto. You're probably a little bit too young for this Primos, but he's a star of he's a star of he was the lead character in a movie called CB4. So I was always calling him MC Gusto. Let me call him MC Gusto. So he's CB4. He's CB4 right now. So I want to see what he does, because much like we heard about Trey Tucker, been cooking everybody in the one-on-ones. With the DBs, I've been hearing that of all the corners, Jacorian Bennett has been, if not the best, one of the best at those one-on-ones versus the receivers. So, but he's right now he's clearly behind DCam, behind Darian Porter, and it looks like a little bit behind JP Scott as well. So, it could be a tough road to hoe for Jacorian.
JT Scott, man, is disrespectful. That's disrespectful. But I'm with y'all, man. I guess I'm just keep it simple, man. I want to see what the defensive line is going to do, especially with Christian Wilkins gone. I mean, we've seen it. I mean, he only played 5 games last year, but I want to see what the defensive line is going to look like. Max is not going to play, most likely. He's probably not going to dress. Maybe play a snap. I don't know. But it's the first preseason game. They're probably going to hold him out. I mean, it's not going to be even worth it to put him out there and risk him to have injury. But I do want to see, does Kuntz go into the game? Does he get some snaps? Because he's
I wanted to say
Kuntz.
I don't know though. Yes, I don't know. I don't know if they risk it. Do you think they risk it? Because that would be my top guy of everybody on the entire team. Of everybody, that would be guy number 1. But I don't know if they risk it in the preseason. That's the only reason I was like,
Yeah. I want to see
maybe game 2. Maybe they, sit him out this game and then game 2, give him a little bit of burn. I don't know.
But looking at history, looking. Now that like you the way you kind of coming at it, I could see what you're saying. Just because he's coming back, he's a starter. First preseason game. Nah, you know what? I feel like they might hold him out. First preseason game, but I don't know the way, because Carroll's kind of hard to figure out because
he's different. Yeah, he's different.
Because he's all about competition. We gotta compete. Yeah. Competition. Yeah. So like in years past, I would have said, oh, the pregame dresser, that game that to prepare, that will get the team ready for the season. No, is actually recent history has been the joint practices.
Oh, true. Yeah, true. Yeah.
Because we've in recent years, the joint practice, whoever team that they play that year, that third preseason game or that second preseason game, none of the stars are playing. Because they're like, oh, well, the joint practice was our way to gauge how players looked against, another team and another, whatever. And then we agreed with the other coaches on certain, situations, red zone, and what we want to see, stuff like that. So we'll see. Maybe Pete Carroll goes that route, or maybe Pete Carroll's like, hey, that third, because there's only going to be 3 preseason games. There's not going to be more than that. Yeah. So is it the second one or the third one? I would think it would be the second. I think it would be second one.
Yeah. See, and know what? To your point, we're probably not going to see starters that second preseason game, because generally that second preseason game, that's like the dress rehearsal. But our joint practices are against the 49ers, correct?
Right.
Our second preseason game is against the 49ers. So they're probably, like you said, that they're gonna go through whatever situational stuff they want to go through in those joint practices, and then they're gonna put out vanilla ice cream. They're gonna put out anti-Umar on week 2. It's straight vanilla.
Oh man, you funny, bro. Diesel says, shout out to our boy Eric Allen for making the Hall of Fame. And yeah, shout out to him. Did they have him out there? All the Hall of Fame inductees, were they there at the game? I mean, it's a Hall of Fame game. I'm sure they were probably there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
I didn't see the pregame.
Yeah, shout out to Eric Allen, man. Like, I know he was only a Raider for like the last 2 years of his career, a couple seasons, 2 or 3 years. But I mean, once a Raider, always a Raider. Yeah. And
he's still with us now. Shoot.
he's still with the team. And another thing too, I think Tashawn, he did a piece on Eric Allen, like he was able to sit down and talk to him. And I guess Eric Allen was saying that like the reason he feels like he was able to get into the Hall of Fame was the fact that he was able to come play for the Raiders and play so well at the end of his career. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause, there's plenty of players who are not in the Hall of Fame and they had a good, prime of their career, but then it was only like a good 7, 8 years. But the fact that he was able to come back at the end of his career, like he was like 34, 35 years old, and he still was like one of the best corners in the NFL, that like kind of cemented like, oh damn, this is an all-time great. Like 35 years old at corner. Yeah, corner, you gotta be corner, hey bro, you gotta be athletic. You gotta be the most athletic. That's a young man's game out there, you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So shout out to Eric Allen, who made the Hall of Fame. I know he's with Raiders Media right now. So hey man, once a Raider, always a Raider. But yeah, man, hey, look, man, let's get out of here, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in. At this point, clock out, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. My guy, Raider Primos, man, hey, let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
Down right there, down at below, Raiders Primos on Instagram, X, on YouTube. You can find us just by searching Raiders Primos. What we got coming up, we are going to preview the Seahawks Raiders game. Of course, probably not going to go into like a deep dive because no starters. And basically, we're just following the news coming out of camp. So anytime there's camp news coming out, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday nights, if I'm on with you guys, Fridays, we're doing live shows, just breaking down training camp news, and it's on to the season.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Yeah, definitely check out Raider Primos on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed, make sure to go ahead to his YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hopefully we can post the link in the chat if my mods are in here. I know this is part 2. We had some technical difficulties. Hey, Daniel Kim, you in the building, man. If you could post Raider Primo's YouTube channel and the link, you know, get people
right,
to
man.
go over
already
there.
on it. He already on it, man. He beat you to it.
Man, shout out to Daniel Kim, man. The king of mods, man. Hey, man, he be holding down the chat, man. Appreciate you.
Mod father.
Thanks,
appreciate
Dave.
Appreciate it. Yeah, man. Appreciate it, man. Severe, man. Let the people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, IG, Snapchat, TikTok, X, Twitch, True Social, Kick, you know, everywhere. So the Severe Raider. Hey, you know what it is. Tuesdays, the world famous 50-50 show with my guy, PharoahNFL. Thursdays, me and my guy, Pharaoh, and your other favorite Raiders YouTubers, you know, whether it's Raider Primos, whether it's, you know, Rundown, whether it's Chris Protect the Shield, with everybody, you know, we tapping in with everybody. So, you know, if somebody you guys want to see us collab with, hey, drop a comment, you know, drop a comment under this video and let us know, and we'll try to make that happen. We're all about giving Raider Nation, you know, what they want, bring you guys the best content. Remember, if you guys like what y'all saw today and you think somebody else will find, you know, some enjoyment in it as well, make sure you share that thing out. And if you want to know exactly what happened with the Christian Wilkins story, just watch our shows, because I told you all of this before. So just watch us.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we'll be back here next week, 50-50 show, like Severe said, every Tuesday, and then obviously, you know, Around the Shield every Thursdays. We'll try to have another guest for you. We'll continue that show. Hey, it's been great shows. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I enjoy, like, when we bring people on and we get to chop it up and hear different perspectives. Today we heard a completely different perspective than us. I will say that I agree with Primos though. Primos came in, man, he's pretty straightforward, tells it like it is. I know you're super excited about Spy Tech and what he's done. Hey man, if we can hit it out the park with Spy Tech, look at the Eagles. When I think of the Eagles, exactly. I understand when we think of the Eagles, we think of the talent, but think about who's getting that talent. You know, the best GM in the game.
Just look at the drafts.
Exactly.
And I've been saying, screaming it from the mountaintops, like the Raiders will never be good until they start drafting correctly. And I think I know my dad's been saying that for 20 years, because we can never draft correctly. But that's where it starts. It doesn't start trading for a Devontae Adams. It doesn't start trading for a Terry McLaurin. Okay, it starts with drafting and developing your players. That's how the Raiders will get a Super Bowl championship.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yes, sir, man. Yep. Hey, man, we appreciate everybody coming through, man. We out of here, man. Mm-hmm. Peace.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it.